Good morning. Um, so I wanted to put some training up on our social media channels. I think that through the last maybe 6 or 8 weeks, we've pretty consistently put up some training. But last week when I spoke to my business owners and my entrepreneurs, we had some pretty interesting feedback. And I will tell you that it was, I felt really good about the fact that my business owners are starting to come together, but the resounding message that we're hearing from those of you that we work with, and granted, some of our existing clients don't necessarily, these videos aren't for our existing clients, but for those of you who we don't work with, our businesses, our small to medium businesses that we work with, are mutually in a place of pain. And so I wanted to get out into the kind of community that we speak to in our social media channels, and just kind of talk about what we can do to help the businesses that we serve. The last video, I did speak pretty specifically to our entrepreneurs and business owners. I'm gonna speak today a little bit broader to maybe those of you who serve other businesses, so kind of a broader stance. But because of the feedback that we got from the last video, I just wanna maybe say that I hesitate to say it because I think it's being overly used, but we're kind of all in this together. We're all in the same boat, maybe is the better way to go about this. So it's wearing on everyone. Now that I'm actually watching this video, I will tell you that obviously you can tell everybody's tired. Working from home and juggling all of the different things going on tends to just have a different wear on people. And while sometimes we see that there's maybe a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, we're all having to shift, and the fear of the unknown is a real thing. So please let us know if there's anything that we can do. Keep chatting in the communities that we have built for you. If you are not a client here at Oxygen and you just kind of watch our videos, or we hear from you sporadically, we can put you into a group of either salespeople or a community in a closed group, or a closed group of entrepreneurs and owners. There's lots of different options that we have. So if you're looking for some support, especially in this time, don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll see what we can best do for you. So with that being said, businesses as a whole, whether you have kind of shifted your platform, how you serve people, you are looking at the numbers and you're thinking, man, I'm there. I'm going to have to close. I'm going to have to be that one business that permanently closes, which we spoke to in the last video, or you're thinking maybe, it's going to be okay, but you're just not sure. You're thinking, I can't ever have this happen to me again. Wherever you're at, you're experiencing some kind of pain. And pain is an emotional reaction to what is going on. To take care of, or to be a vendor to a business that is in pain, you have to know how to help them. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to sell to them, but you do have to know how to help them. And helping them doesn't always mean dropping your price. We did a video kind of a long time ago about what it means to be in a price-driven business. This is not the time to drop your price. Now, if you were an Oxygen client, we doubled our time that we would do your coaching calls during this time. Most of you were needing that time anyways, and we were dealing with much more complex issues. this is not the time to say, oh, well, I'll beat out the competitor. I'll drop my price, because you will not be able to rebound from that. And you need the most profits right now anyway. So understand that getting your business going again does not mean dropping your price. And we'll talk about that again. The best thing for you to do when calling on customers or calling on new customers, depending on what you've done with your product offering, is to be real. Get very, very real about what is going on. We are all in this together. No one is exempt from feeling what is going on in our economy right now. Don't be all like hum and glum, like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. It's the apocalypse. We have murder hornets. It's May and it's freezing cold outside. But put a smile on your face. If anything, there is a reason that you can smile at people. You can do it via video chat. You can do it on a phone call. I was talking to a client the other day, and we were talking about the fact that we have to wear a face mask. And one of the things that we do when we coach on making cold calls is that I personally have to stand up to make them. And you can hear on the other end of the phone when someone is smiling. You can hear it in their voice. You can see when someone is smiling, even over their face mask. So if you're going to be in a place where you're calling on clients, you're calling on prospects, you're servicing customers, whatever that dynamic looks like in your business, and you have to have some kind of face covering on, you still need to be able to smile at people. They can see it in the rest of your body language. They can see it in the rest of your face. On the phone, people can tell if you're just like, hey, how's it going? You know, whatever. Hello, I don't want to talk to people like that. I got enough of that crap going on. Be happy about what's going on. You don't have to be happy about the results, but you do have to be engaging still. Figure out what it's going to take. If you need to exercise for 30 minutes before you get yourself in that place, if you need to listen to some super upbeat music, then do that. But you still have to be able to be positive and have a drawing personality to be able to be out in front of people, because there's enough negativity going on in the world. While I'm out on my runs and I see other people out, they're either walking their dogs or with their kids or whatever, it's amazing to me that people that don't even want to wave, they don't, like, I don't want to stop and have a conversation with you. I'm just saying good morning or, whatever. And people still don't want to do that. Have we not learned the lesson that life can be short, folks? How about we just be kind? Be kind. If you need some kindness messages, get on my Instagram page at Oxygen EQ, and there's all kinds of spread love, spread kindness. So be genuine. I'm not asking you to get out your pom-poms if you weren't a cheerleader in high school, but I am asking you to put a smile on your face and be prepared to have a positive conversation and a genuine conversation about what's going on in the world. Ask about their business. So when we go in to talk to someone about their business, ask about it and ask about it genuinely. And I am a huge advocate of having your business acumen at the top of your game. Know what's going on about the economy from both perspectives. Know how it's affecting your clients. If you're in the restaurant industry, know what they are experiencing. Know how it's affecting lots of different people and how they're addressing it. You don't need to name drop, but you can offer solutions and be knowledgeable about what's going on. Maybe someone's misinterpreted what the guidelines are in their area, and you can offer that. So ask about their business. How are they feeling the pain? So here's one of the biggest maybe lessons that I learned in sales as I was going through it. Everyone is affected in their business. 5 people can have the same issue, but they're affected by it differently. And how they feel they're affected by it, that is their reality. So if somebody says, oh my gosh, I'm shorted 500, let's say, paper straws, and that person says to you, no big deal, whatever. and the next person you go to says, oh my gosh, I was shorted 500 paper straws, and they think it's the end of the world, it's literally the end of their world. So that's the perception of what's going on. Now, you may be able to offer a different solution. You may be able to offer a workaround. If you sell paper straws, you're a hero to the next guy as long as you've got them in stock. To the first guy, not a big deal. So make sure you ask about how they're feeling about it. What is their biggest issue? If you don't sell paper straws and you know someone who does, know that you offering to network them, and this is old school networking 101, and saying, here, let me hook you up. I can either make the phone call or I'll send you their information. Please don't hesitate to use my name. That in and of itself is the best sale you can make all day. Did you walk away with profit in your pocket? No, but you just saved that guy's tail who thought it was the end of his world. This is a point in our collective pain that when you can help someone feel a little bit better about their paper straws, that is your value today. And tomorrow, when he needs your product, you will be the first one he calls. Okay? So know that when you hear him or her venting about what's going on in his business, and you get them to just say, oh my gosh, these are the 3 biggest things on my plate today. A, they're comfortable enough to really tell you what's going on in their business, which kudos to you because you've built great rapport. B, you're willing to not make a sale. We have to be willing to walk away. We have to be willing to say, hey, you know what, I can't help you with this, but I know someone who can. And that takes the best amount of personal identity and conviction of any salesperson. And in my personal opinion, if you do business with me and you try to sell me something that you can't fix, you will never do business with me ever again. And if you've helped me do something and don't make a sale, you'll be the first person I call when I need you. So it's just good business. And in a lot of cases, in my sales career and in both working for someone else and coaching a lot of people, I think that when you let people get their frustrations off their chest, I'm frustrated about my paper straws, my vendor, they frustrated me, all of these things. Then when they really are able to calm down, then you get to the root of some of the things that they really are maybe having a problem with. Because as you sit here listening to me talk about paper straws, you're thinking, Kat, seriously, paper straws? But what's really bothering them is maybe some of the funding that's been delayed, or they're having a hard time recalling employees, or they're having a struggle with their point of sale system, and point of sale is really what you're there to talk about, or their credit card fees are high, and that is something that you want to be in on. So letting them get some of that surface, what I call BS, top of mind crap out, and just let them vent it out at you, will then allow them to just say, oh, I'm so sorry. You know what? That's really nothing. Thanks for helping with that. But my real issue is I have a problem with my credit card fees. Like, man, didn't think we were ever going to get there, but okay. And then you can get down to the root of what you really do want to talk about. I've had customer meetings that have started with my kids failing math and my wife doesn't do the dishes, and I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get anything. And after they have a chance to just have half a cup of coffee and complain about math grades and dirty dishes, then we are able to have a little bit calmer, more productive meeting. So just, again, it goes back to that whole being genuine. Everybody is juggling a lot. Excuse me. Everybody has a lot on their plate. So going into a meeting with your acumen at the top of its game. There's plenty of online training. We can talk to you about other resources. You can take our training. and being genuine about where you're at, just in life, and being in that boat together, being prepared to fix just the pain that people are in and looking for it. Go looking for it. Paper straws are probably not the biggest thing they got going on, but it might be. So, that's it. So here's the next thing, and I will tell you that for all of my coworkers that I helped, for all of the talks I gave to teams and things even before I was a business coach, this was always a huge one for people. And we have ways to kind of help you come up with these questions. So if you need extra help, please don't hesitate to reach out. But we'll surfacely talk about it here, and then we can always deep dive if you want to call in for coaching. Be prepared with questions that they don't necessarily pertain to your lane. So you're looking for questions that are really going to be thought-provoking. I am always a huge one for tell me something about your P&L. Now, this always applies to people who are a little bit higher into the executive staff, owners, general managers, people who really know the numbers. But what's something that affects your P&L outside of payroll or outside of, whatever. And you have to sell a product that's going to affect one of those higher line items. You got to kind of know that there's something up there like gas or overtime or, something like that you have an influence on. Another good one that I will give you is who else is calling on you? If you can figure out who else calls on them. Now, sometimes it might be your competition. Sometimes it might be, Joe Schmo from the bank. Whoever it is, then you get a feel for who they're willing to meet with, because clearly they're willing to meet with you, but who else are they talking to? Who else do they want to do business with? That's a really great question. And like I said, if you have a business that you're not sure what kind of questions you would ask you're trying to get to your lane, but you're looking for a really unique kind of hook to get people to tell you something that you could really use to work in and sound like your business acumen is a little bit different, and you're asking things that other salespeople aren't, then feel free to reach out. We have ways to kind of help you work through that and come up with one. So don't hesitate. You can schedule a coaching call with us on our website, oxygeneq.com. You can schedule a coaching call with us on our Facebook page, which you can also find us through the hashtags Breathe Life In or hashtag OxygenEQ. We're on Facebook. You cannot schedule with us on Instagram. I don't think that that's a function for anybody, but you can on Facebook. So, and then you can also reach out to us on LinkedIn. People buy emotionally, but they sell intellectually. So right now, the emotion is really easy to come by. We're all very emotionally driven. Depending on where we're at, we're still working at home, we're trying to get back into our offices. We kind of have this hybrid work solution. Some of us don't even know. If you work for Twitter, you officially work from home in general. And I don't think that that's going to be atypical. I think that you're going to see that happening a lot more. It's going to affect people's P&Ls now that we're talking about that specifically. You could be talking to someone whose business is right on the verge of closing. If you're a gym owner and you don't have a big name behind you, some of them are probably pretty worried right now. So, I could probably go on and on about that for another good 10 minutes, which I don't like to do to you. But, it's time to get creative. And they're in pain. So reach out, see what you can do, see what you can help with. If you need if you personally are calling on those types of companies or customers, or you have them as current customers and you know that they're in pain, it's time to reach out and have a conversation. Smile at them, ask them what you can do. What is the biggest pain? How can you help? Who do you know? It's not too late for some of these businesses, but they need some help. And that doesn't mean throwing money at them. It doesn't mean sacrificing their pride or anything else through that process, but it does mean that they're going to have to adjust with purpose. So I hope that through this can maybe give you some ideas. We have openings in our coaching schedule. Our coaching schedules have been shifted so that there is openings. If you're a current customer, your stuff is not changing, but if you are looking for coaching, you want to try it out, you want to have us jump in on a Zoom meeting for your new current situation, or you're bringing people back, things like that. We talked about that. If you're looking for that type of concept, or you're looking for somebody to come in and just kind of observe a sales meeting, we can do that as well. Tons and tons of choices. So we're here to help you. We know that maybe even having a business coach is new to a lot of people, but we're excited for all of the changes. The pain is inevitable, but for business, sometimes pain isn't so bad. It's the stuff that we can do to help you through it. And as salespeople, it does give you the feel-good feeling when you can help somebody out and make their day just a little bit better. So keep smiling at people. It's going to be okay, folks. Keep shopping on the outside of the grocery store, and please wash your hands. I'm not sure why all the soap is selling out. What were people doing before then? It makes me nervous. Okay, I hope everybody takes just a little bit of time to breathe life in today, and we'll talk to everybody soon. Have a great day.